stop podcasts.
We took a week off. I'm fucking sorry.
It's whatever. Life is life.
You don't give a fuck either
no
way.
one gives a
We
shit.
were busy. Dylan thought he had COVID.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
legit.
didn't think I had it.
I thought you had it.
I was informed that I was in contact with people, so I got swabbed and made sure that I didn't have it on me, so I didn't come over here to your immune compromised fiance's home. And
I appreciate that, but I never said don't come over here. I was like, oh, fuck her.
yeah, I know. I was doing it. No, it was
no
my
offense to
own
no, but
decision.
I'm willing to roll the dice, so.
It was my own decision. Yeah. So there's that. We also are actually we have a couple items that we're trying to sell. We have a couple throw pillows with some weird Aztec-y designs that we're trying to get rid of for the low price of $8,999.
Oh, really?
They range between 6 and 7 inches from corner to corner. They're loose, prepped, ready to go, broken in.
You sound like you're literally describing my penis.
No, I'm literally describing Wayfair.
Oh.
They're selling like
Okay,
throw pillows.
Before you get to this, because I want to know about this,
Okay.
what kind of swab? Did they like stick it like
In your
way
nose.
in?
Yeah, all the way in.
Because I've heard there's like two kinds. There's like a really fucking bad one, and there's like a not so bad one.
Well, I don't know if I got the bad one or the good one, but it was not
One
good.
one is like so far fucking up your nose that it's like, oh god, like waterboarding almost.
Were you ever tested for whooping cough growing up?
No,
Okay, never mind.
I didn't grow up in the 40s.
Because yeah, it was the same thing. It was like in like
That's
tickle
what I
your
mean.
fucking
That's what I
brain.
think. That's what the people were saying, that it was like fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like some people just couldn't. They're like, I just can't do it. And then they came up with like a more friendly, like a shallow swab.
I don't know. It was.
Can't you just like cough onto something and like test?
You would think,
right?
if there's
Yeah.
blood, you're good.
Or I don't know, draw
If there's
some blood. Like, okay, so there's a fucking wish.com that supports child fucking.
It is kind of like a Wish, but it's a high end. I wouldn't even say high end. It's
No,
like,
it's shit. So it's
it's
basically Amazon.
Yeah.
So they aggregate
How do I spell Wayfair? Okay,
WAYFAIR. They aggregate like furniture makers all over the world and sell it online, exclusively online.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
And where did the kids get fucked?
so there was, I think it's obviously like everything like this starts in a subreddit, like from somewhere deep, and then it blows up. But they had items like cabinets and pillows and stuff that were upmarked that were like $9,000 and stuff like that. And a lot of them, not a lot of them, but a few of them, a handful of them had the names of the product. If you took the name and Googled the name, it was the name of a young girl that's missing. A lot of them, like multiple of them, not just one. It wasn't just a chance, and it's not like they're just normal, like Rebecca Swanson or whatever.
They're very
They're like
unique
very
names, yeah.
unique names that would be something you can't. And then there's also like product codes and stuff that if you Google or if you copy the product codes and Google search them, it comes up with a bunch of images of little girls. Not like kiddie porn or anything, but like just a Google search page full of just little girls and stuff. It goes.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And then so a lot of people were like, well, the reason they do that is to beat the algorithm. That way it keeps the product at the top of the list. That way when they're out of stock, it's like, that doesn't make any
Nope.
sense.
Hey, that's not how anything works.
Yeah, and there's Ellen has a line of furniture on there. Just throwing that out there. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of her with an ankle bracelet on for house arrest.
Degenerate.
Don't know if you've seen those pictures.
My little brother's been kind of trying to go off on Ellen. I'm like, I don't even
She's
wanna
not a
know.
good person.
I heard she's a shithead.
She's not.
I heard she's very, very rude.
Her and they think
Piece
Oprah
of
right
shit.
now too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I heard
shitty?
some shit about
Oprah's also
Oprah.
has to go. What do you call it when you have to go talk in court?
Testify?
In court for one of her schools in Africa that there was allegations of sexual abuse going on in the school, which now she has to go testify for it. So I don't know how deep that goes, but it's her school and it was happening at her school, and leaders of the school were neglecting to report it, or they were kind of just ignoring it, probably a part of it.
Jesus.
Yikes. Well, and obviously, what's her face? How do you say Ghislaine or Jelaine or who the fuck?
Both. It doesn't matter.
no
Maxwell.
Maxwell got popped, and I haven't heard if she squealed, but of course she's going to, and of course she's going to probably
Fucking
be killed.
hope so.
There's rumors about she has stuff about Prince Andrew that's going to come
Well,
out.
I mean, fucking everyone's got shit on Prince Andrew. I mean, holy fuck, at this point, like.
But it's like at this point, like they need her to squeal or like
It's just
or she's gonna die. Like it's the same Epstein thing. They either need her to talk or she's gonna die. Like there's
She
no.
better be in a padded room on 24-hour lockdown.
like Epstein was.
Yeah, well, like even better.
She's like
I
in
don't
an
know.
embassy or so. She's like in Turkey or so, at the American embassy. Like she's not.
Oh, I thought they apprehended her in Manhattan.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think she didn't stay there.
Yeah, that's just. They're like, we're taking you to the same fucking prison we took Epstein. Like,
And I can't go
same cell, same guard.
super
fuck,
deep
same,
into it.
yeah, same cameras.
But if you go into the Maxwell family, you realize that the dad and all of the siblings all have weird ties to weird things as well. Like it's a big, long list of just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
None of it's humanitarian stuff either. It's not like they're doing Hands Across America or anything. They're fucking like one of the sisters sells anti-terrorist software to the Israelis. Like
Yeah, she's got a bunch of ties to Israeli, like ultra Zionist crazy groups. Like,
all Mossad, the whole
Yeah.
family, the whole fucking family.
This took a turn for the conspiracy
it
theorists.
fucking did. Oh, I mean,
podcast,
that's
didn't
kind
it?
of what's going on. I mean,
Truly.
like
That's
we're back
crazy.
to like COVID like was happening, and we were all like all concerned about that, and then like Me 3 started happening, and then what's her face gets popped, and now we're back to the Epstein shit. It's like, okay, is Tiger King 2 about to come out? Like, the fuck is going on here? This is Groundhog's Day. Like,
Yeah, Jesus fucking
we're
Christ.
just stuck in a fucking feedback loop. But there's definitely some at this point, it's not a fucking conspiracy, man. Look how popular the Epstein shit was. My fucking parents, who aren't into anything, were like, oh yeah, he didn't kill himself. Like,
Yeah.
clearly didn't. So I think 97% of the public agrees.
I think at the very least he was convinced that it was the best course of action. Essentially,
Yeah,
you know.
but either way, that's nefarious. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I don't think that's any better. You know,
Like,
he either killed himself or was coaxed into killing himself. Like that
Some-
was the best option.
something's happening.
That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
That's fucking weird shit.
Have you guys seen the documentary about Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
On
So
Netflix?
I've heard enough people talk about it to where I was like, it's just like the official story, and they glaze over a bunch of important shit. Like I did watch a little thing where they were doing the interview with the girl who was a victim that did that painting
Okay.
of Wexner and Maxwell and Epstein, and the way they were arranged in the photo was Wexner was like front and center, large, and the other two were like supporting characters in the painting. But in the whole documentary, they just kind of like, oh well, and Epstein manipulated him, and blah, 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 but that's where he got his money, and they kind of just like breezed over him. They're like, oh well,
Yeah.
he's clearly the kingpin, but anyways,
Interesting.
Epstein's the mastermind behind all this stuff, and don't talk about the Clintons, don't talk about Maxwell, don't talk about Wexner. They like hyper focus on Epstein, who's dead and can't defend himself,
Right.
and paint him to be this like mastermind of child fucking, when really how would that be possible if he was simply just serving clients? Like what he was found guilty of multiple times is like getting a bunch of girls together, and I mean he's not fucking them all, he's fucking some of them for sure, but he's basically acquiring them as like a business,
Right. And
And
he's a facilitator.
compromising people, or whatever you want to think. He's a CIA agent and he's using this to compromise people, or you find someone, you compromise them, you get them into power, and now you own them because you've got
Right.
dirt on them. Whatever you think, either way, he was doing one of those fucking three things. Like, it's not just him. There's clearly a network. People that saw
Right.
it, the boat driver, the chef. I mean, literally everyone on that island is in on it.
Well, yeah. To just sit back and accept that he was an isolated incident and that it doesn't go any deeper.
Right. Oh,
We're like,
he's
it
handpicking
was
these
that
people
guy.
himself. He's going on safari.
It was that guy and he's dead, so everything's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Or,
That's
it's like,
insane to
whoa, whoa,
think.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. Hang on.
I need 300 arrests right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like the cook on the island, bro. You're not making a fucking souffle listening to fucking a 9-year-old get banged and be like, oh, here you go. Here's your fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
everyone knew everything. The guy mowing the fucking lawn needs to go down. He knew shit.
Yeah.
The guy that drives the kids in the boat out to the fucking island. I mean, holy fuck. Like,
Yeah.
everyone is in on that. And they're just
Yeah.
like, well, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's good. Don't worry.
It's good. Oh, and he's dead.
kids are
so
safe now.
There won't be a trial or anything. It's just like, fuck. Are you kidding
Yeah, it's
me?
crazy.
Like,
I hope it ends up different with Maxwell. I hope
It's
that.
not. She's not being charged with any sort of like rape or molestation or anything. She's being charged with
like
conspiracy to transport girls to another country, like some weird like it's like an actual trafficking charge, but
Right,
there's
right.
no
Like human
sexual like any sort of.
And then all the victims are
like-
saying she was like just as involved as he was.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she was all about it. Like, I mean, how could you not be all about it? Like, that's like.
Yeah,
like,
that's something.
I'm a
you're
pro baseball
all in
player, but I'm
for.
not really into baseball. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
This is what she does for a living.
Yeah.
Of course, she's fucking into it. Like, and anyone she
Shit.
dealt with is into it, and goes all the way down to the flight logs. And you're like, okay, well, maybe 10% of these people were just wrong place, wrong time, or he was at stage one of compromising them and never really like they kind of picked it up and like, oh, I see what's going on
wait,
here.
yeah.
There's a couple people that probably
no.
pumped the brakes. There's fucking comedians, politicians, but the guys that are up there in the 20s and 30 flights are like, okay, so
You know what's going on, and yeah,
after 20 flights on this dude's fucking shit, like one of those ended in some shady shit. And even if one of them ended in some shady shit, you're fucking guilty.
yeah.
Like, see,
Well, even if a conversation happened on the plane on one
Right.
of those, you're still like.
like we're not even grasping at straws here. These are like fact, 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 fact.
Right.
I haven't even really said anything conspiratorial. These are like shit that's on fucking CNN. They're like,
Right.
well, fucking the guy was already arrested for it once, and then
And no
still
one knew
associating
about
with
it.
everyone. And then
Yep.
the Prince Andrew shit. I mean, fuck the interviews with that dude
I haven't seen it.
where he pretends he's like, well, I don't really recall.
Yeah,
I don't really recall.
I,
This is
yeah,
answering
I end
everything.
up being an ostrich with my head in the sand with all that.
Oh,
shit
me,
most
yeah.
of
At
the
this
time.
point, I'm like, okay, I know enough.
Oh yeah,
to just be like,
it just like
call me when you got him all.
yeah, seriously.
I'm not gonna go
fucking
bust him. I'm powerless.
figure it out.
Yeah, but fucking
Please.
figure it out. Like, as a presidential platform, someone please just like, we're getting all the kid fuckers out of here. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't give
seriously.
a fuck.
Get
Like,
the fuck out.
get the kid fuckers out of here.
That's the
Like,
one. That's the one thing. Well, what about
I think it's
climate
bipartisan.
change?
Bipartisan.
Yeah. What about climate change? Don't care.
Don't
get
care.
the child
Get
fuckers
the,
out of here.
Get the kid fuckers
Get them out of here.
Hey, maybe
Get
if
'em
we
out.
had less fucked kids, we'd have a cooler planet. You know what I mean? Like, if you considered the amount of kid fucking and temperatures might be related to, it's causation and correlation. The graphs are going up at the same time.
With the amount of
Yeah.
kid fuckers out here, I don't want to be here anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of coincidental. The more kids are getting fucked and it's getting warmer, don't you think? Just gonna say.
Just directly.
They're like, well, sir. You're like, no. Okay. Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong when you catch all the kid fuckers, and then we can talk about the
Talk
climate.
about the fucking planet.
President-elect Mr. McDonald, what is going to be your second term goal? Well,
After we catch the kid fuckers? Kid fuckers?
we're going to try to catch all the kid fuckers. Now,
After that, we're affixing a giant air conditioning to the firmament that surrounds our planet to cool it down. Simple as that. It's going to be the best air conditioner you've ever seen. You're going to love it. It's going to be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
It's going to be fucking huge. It's going to be nice and quiet. It's going to be energy efficient. It's going to be solar powered, obviously. We'll cool down the dome, the Earth.
No, the dome. You're right.
The dome that covers the Earth that's round but flat on one side. The side that we live on.
it's like-
You're like, whoa, this guy's like spitting, dude. People are coming out of the woodworks voting for him, like literally coming out of the woods, like I knew it. So, like just fucking beards, like peeking behind shit, coming to the voting booth. He's here.
Oh shit.
What did you guys do on the 4th? We skipped our 4th of July episode, so this is technically like 4th recap. No one fucking died. No one fucking blew their arm
Whoa.
off.
Apparently, someone got pretty fucking close though.
Unless you guys have something that will trump my story.
No, I didn't do shit.
No,
I
I went-
coddled my dogs.
So every
I went
year,
camping.
as red-blooded Americans do, we spend about $2,500 on Class C fireworks, like mortars and things that probably should be illegal for people to have. It's like a shitty grenade, right? Like,
Aren't they illegal? I mean, technically.
I go to the organization, we buy them, they
Yep.
sell them, we drive them back up. I don't know.
No one gives a
I
shit.
don't exactly stop with the cops and be like, "Hey, is this cool if I have grenades?"
And to be clear, you're out in the sticks,
Way out in the middle of
Sandpoint, way
nowhere,
North Idaho.
way up in North Idaho, past Sandpoint, on a lake, away from anything we would light on fire. We're probably shooting a lot of shit into the lake, but then we also get out on boats, fucking rake the lake, pick up all the shit. So I mean, we're as responsible as we could be.
Yeah.
However, usually I'm involved in the fireworks show. My dad's involved. A couple of our buddies. Because he's kind of got like a King of the Hill vibe going with all his little friends. There's a couple of like, yeah, we're doing. And so we're usually sitting out on the deck with blowtorches. Well, a couple years back, a flood took out a big portion of the dock. So the dock is now this just straight little shot, and it's it's like 5 feet wide. You can really only get so many people on it. So we're like, we're gonna have just 2 guys out there. Of course, we picked. Not the dumbest guys, but the most like fuck it kind of guys out there. Gave him
Fucking
blowtorches
send it,
and
let's go.
3 5-gallon buckets of mortars, bunch of cakes, bunch of boxes. Well, they're like, hey, will you help us load all this stuff? Yeah, no problem. We empty out the boathouse, put a bunch of fireworks on the deck. I'm kind of looking at this. I'm like, fuck, this is like a lot of explosives in like a small area. And these guys have torches. And there's fire falling from the sky from already exploding mortars. They light off some shit. It's, it's hour and a half. I mean, it's probably like a 2-hour show. We're like an hour, maybe hour and a half in. Most of the big boxes, like the cakes that have like 8 things in them, are all going off good. They're doing sets of mortars. People's cheering. I got Skinnerd playing in the background. It's gorgeous. Bald eagles are like mating in the distance. A trout jumps.
And that's not outside the realm of possibility in
all
that area.
All good things are happening.
That sounds like a joke, but that's probably true.
And I fucking turn around and I look at the crowd and I'm like, I'm going to get off this dock, because like I was kind of in between the dock and the land. I'm like, they have a mortar launcher made of steel, and they're launching mortars, and then a couple buckets behind them. And the buckets are just literally full of fucking mortars, right? 3 5-gallon buckets.
Brilliant.
And I'm seeing sparks fall, and I'm like, man, usually we have them like more space. So like the mortars would be in the same spot, but we would be like around the corner on the dock, like an L-shaped dock. So we're all cramped in this area. I'm like, man, I have a fucking bad feeling. I turn around, I'm walking past Janelle. I'm like, man, a fucking spark is going to land in that bucket. And the words leave my mouth, and fucking hell broke loose. I start hearing
Saving Private Ryan.
I start hearing Keegan and fucking Janelle going, buckets are on fire, and I'm like, no fucking way. Like, after I willed it into existence, I turn around and like fucking 7 different colors of glowing buckets. Like the buckets are like, like surging and like disintegrating. Nothing's leaving the bucket yet, because I turn on for a split second. I'm like, obviously not a thing I want to look at. I fucking beeline for the campfire, women and children screaming, chairs flipping over. The 2 guys that were on the dock were on the opposite side of said buckets full of mortars.
Jesus.
No time for me to be like, I'll go save them. Everything's exploding. So I'm just like, we're just taking cover. Mortars are coming into the crowd, exploding behind us. Kids are getting put under blankets. People are like, what the fuck? Like,
Jesus.
It finally stops because eventually a couple of the buckets just literally like atomize. There's so much mortars exploding on top of other mortars that just like orange Home Depot mist and fire.
Jesus
I look
Christ.
back, it's all smoke. There's like confetti raining from the sky and pieces of mortars. There's like shrapnel exploding around us. The dock's like shrouded in smoke, and obviously the wife of one of the guys was single. One of the guys, his wife was watching. She's freaking the fuck out. His kids are watching.
Yeah.
He's not on the dock.
Ooh,
He's not on the dock.
God.
The guy who is on the dock.
Pink mist.
Yeah. The guy who is on the dock, John, who's eclectic, we'll just say, definitely like guy who would vote for the candidate described. He's very like, they're fucking spying on you. They want your fucking
Dale Gribble.
He's like
eccentric. He's just love the guy, but like, if I needed like booby traps set up around my house, he would do it.
No, I'll be there.
He's cool. Like, he has stood there the whole time. He's a vet. He's just like, whatever. Shit's exploding around him, cut up,
like, this
all
ain't
over,
shit.
bleeding, just standing there like,
Jesus.
that was crazy. Just like, I'm like, okay, anyways, psycho, where's Brian, who's the other guy? His family's screaming. We should probably locate him. People are like, we need people on the dock. Call 911. Still can't find Brian.
Fuck.
We look. He comes out of the water, head all fucked up. He had dove in the water and then got kind of disoriented because, like, just concussion.
Yeah.
Around. He dove off the bottom and hit his head on the dock and then was under for a bit and was, like, literally, like, KO'd, coming in and out, breathing in fucking water. He floats to the top. We fucking fish him out, flip him on his back. I immediately rip off his shirt. I'm like, I'm checking for, like, holes, right? I'm like, okay, cool, no holes.
Okay.
And he's coming in and out. A nurse from the next door who just happened to be watching our fireworks show was like, what in the fuck is going on over here? She's like, I'm a registered nurse. Please fucking move. Like, she takes his pulse. She's like, holy shit, he has a pulse. It's insanely fast. He's coming in and out of consciousness. They're like, call 911. He did the most American shit I've ever seen. He looks at me, he's like, fucking cancel it. Just fucking John Wayne ass looks at me and goes, cancel the call. And I'm like, bro. So I'm laughing.
That's so
They're
tight.
crying. I'm laughing because I realize he's fine. He's telling his wife to cancel the call. Gets up. He's fucking coming in and out. I walk him over to the fucking car, strip his wet clothes off him, stick him in the car, and they take him to the ER. But just fucking, there's just the balls just be like, cancel the call. I was like,
so
Jesus
tight.
Christ, dude.
When
Okay,
Janelle
like, you
told
have
me
no
that
idea. Like, he doesn't even know if you have fucking holes in him. He's barely conscious. He's like, fuck the ER. Like, fucking ambulance.
Fucking,
yeah.
I'm not paying $3,000.
I'm not paying.
for
Yeah,
an
I'm not paying $3,000 to
ambulance.
$5,000 for a fucking ambulance.
You know that the hospital's the number one place where people die.
Yeah.
You leave me the fuck on this
Yeah, he's
dog.
like, I'm not getting COVID. So yeah, I went to the fucking ER. He got a CAT scan. Insane concussion, obviously.
yeah.
No puncture wounds. But the guy that
thank
stayed
God.
on the dock, like circular burns all over him, lacerations all over his stomach and neck and
Jeez.
back. None in his face. I'm sure he would kind of cover it up, but just like chill. Just like, well, who will?
What a boss.
After
Both
the
of them.
guy leaves to go to the fucking ER, we're all sitting around like shell shock. Like, I'm like replaying it in my head. I'm like, wait, that happened? Like, this happened? Because
That wasn't
the
a dream?
fireworks show fucking ended.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, well, we're gonna go home now where things aren't exploding. We go sit by the fucking fire, and I hear kaboom. John, the guy who lived, found 4 more mortars and is lighting them off alone at the end of the dock. I'm like, unstable. Like,
What?
he's out there alone going, hey, I found some that still work. I'm like, John, hey,
Guys,
like-
guys, come back.
holy fuck, like realize what's happened. Like,
What
he
a
could have
nut.
died. He's
Oh my god.
because in the kind of like the rush of everything, I went on the dock and started kicking anything that it was either lit or unlit, like any fireworks that didn't get lit. I'm like, fucking, you're going in the water.
Yep.
I kicked everything off. He found some that were wet, lit those off. And I'm like, bro, you have no fucking mercy. Finally, he's done. He's had enough. He's like, well, fucking, I guess, safety protocols next year. Like, all my whole family, like, you think, John? He's like, yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. Just fucking out to lunch. We're sitting at the fucking fire pit where we always load, like, the spent fireworks shit. It's probably a bad idea to, like, burn the boxes. We're all sitting there, like, just kind of in shell shock, quietly looking at each other. My dad's just, like, beside himself. He's like, I could be sued for so much if someone died at one of my fireworks shows. Just, like, rethinking his whole life. And a fucking firework goes off in the fire. And me and Zach are like, all right, we're going back to, like,
See ya
Seattle.
later.
Like, he's like, I'm going to drive back to fucking Seattle.
I'm
Like, right
gonna
now.
drive as
Like,
far
just-
as I can.
We're like, fuck. Like, everyone's just PTSD.
Jeez.
We just fucking got the fuck out of it. Janelle's like, let's fucking leave forever.
Let's go
So we
home.
just went home. It was fucking.
Did you float before that?
I floated. Yeah, that's the other thing is we had been on the river all day, and I had partaken in some fun guys. And I'm straight, so if you can decipher that. Fun guy. But anyways, so yeah, I get off the river like fucking Krabby Patty, dude. Like I'm fucking like I look like fucking secret sauce, like all over my body, and just peeling and irritated and red. And I just like get in a hoodie. And I'm like, you get like freezing after you've been hot all day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like shivering, and then that happens. I'm like, I'm too vulnerable for this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
My skin doesn't work right now, and everything's exploding. like fucking like. I don't even have good skin right
You're
now.
sleepy, like
Yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
sleepy. I'm like, okay, and just, oh god, is he dying? Like,
I've gotten off the river just 2 times after floating around
pack.
the 4th. Yeah, the
Yeah.
pack with you, and
yeah,
by the time you get back to the beach house,
right.
you're
I
just
say
like,
this to you like you don't know what the fireworks show is like, because you've been there for at least one, right?
I have not. No.
No,
Oh, did you leave before?
Yeah.
Before, I think the first year wasn't the 4th,
Yeah.
and then the second year we had to go home.
Oh,
Yeah.
So this is actually the second one that's turned into a disaster. So we need some safety protocols. We need some.
And every single year for the past 5 years, Josh's like, float's coming up. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go. Why not? Because it's a disaster every time.
Because you
Oh, just
fight
fucking-
people on the river, and then everyone gets blown up afterwards. I'm like,
Shit
it's
goes.
tradition.
Shit
Yeah.
goes
It's tradition,
crazy.
dude. It's
No.
We
tradition.
get out on the pack, and everyone's just like, I want to punch something.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but
Well,
I want.
I had 2 chill floats 2 weeks in a row. Fucking no drama whatsoever.
Just because you didn't take our group of fucking friends and you weren't
True.
exploding
I also
shit.
wasn't drinking.
That's true.
I'm
Oh.
admittedly,
Yeah.
Helps.
I'm an aggressive drunk, so that's why I don't drink a lot. But no, that is the second 4th of July that has ended like that. The first one wasn't as traumatic, but it was equally as like, holy fuck. Bunch of dudes were playing guitar in a circle, a mortar, just one mortar, tipped over in its launcher and shot towards the crowd.
Oh, no.
Missed a bunch of children and exploded in a circle of me and 3 other people playing guitar. When it exploded, one piece hit a guy's foot and cut it open. The other one went through a guitar, shattered the guitar. That piece that went through the guitar bounced off and hit Zach in the neck and cut his neck open.
Oh my
Right
god!
under the chin. He's got a gnarly scar under his neck. the hilarious part about it, Zach had broken one arm down here. He was like fucking around and slipped on Sherman and hit his hand on some rebar and snapped his hand.
Shit.
I feel like I remember
And then
that.
done something else to the other hand, so he was in double cast. He was in double fucking cast, and this
Well,
mortar
this one
slices
comes off
his.
in 3 weeks. This
I look
one's
over,
off
my
in a
ears
week.
are ringing. He's got 2 casts, and he's going like this, and blood's coming out of his neck. I'm like,
my
you
God.
chill? He's like, I don't know, man. He's just like, fucking just shoot me.
I had met Zach before I met you, way back in the fucking day, hanging out with Janelle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was friends with.
I think they were friends before I
Keegan.
was friends with her.
Well, didn't they?
Yeah, Keegan,
Didn't Zach
'cause-
live there with them?
yeah. He lived there before I lived there.
Oh, with Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, I knew of her. We're all from Sandpoint, but like we
Sure,
weren't
sure,
friends.
I gotcha.
They
Okay.
were friends before we were friends.
I don't think I've seen him since.
He's in
those
town.
times.
He's just in Sandpoint.
Oh,
I
right
tried to
on.
get him to come down. He's like, I'm too drunk to drive because he drove his own car. I was gonna like come with me, but then his car would be up there. It was, you know how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah.
Like, but he's in town. He's gonna probably come over tomorrow.
Cool.
He leaves Monday. But he's kind of got a sick deal now. He's kind of like working remotely whenever he needs to. So he's
Hell
gonna,
yeah.
he's gonna be around
That's
more.
Cool.
We've got a little music thing.
Yeah,
we're-
I always liked
we're
him. Yeah,
planning.
he's a cool guy, fun to hang out
He's
with.
a cool dude.
Good time fella.
Yeah, he's a
Good
good
time
time. He's
guy.
a good time boy.
Good time.
He's a good
boy.
time boy.
Big bundle of positive energy.
We were roasting people on the fucking river today, man.
Hell
Like we,
yeah.
of course, took a couple caps and just passing people, roasting them, like women hollering at us, and we're just hollering back and fucking.
Just you two floating down the river.
Yeah, just in a fucking buddy boat, like 2 of us just fucking flaming people up, like
Oh my
blasting reggae,
God.
and like Avery
I
was
would
still
pay money
wearing.
to watch that.
Avery was still wearing his pirate pants,
Jesus
like
Christ.
from the other day. So we were, just everything. Like Avery, fucking like. So we gave him some mushrooms. He's falling off rocks and he's like, "Whoa, dude, this sand is so cool." We're like, "Oh, first time?" Like just like fucking
no,
poking him, like
that's how I would be.
getting flowers and like tickling his ear, and he's freaking out, going under the tube and yanking on his ankle, and he's just like, "Oh," just like
That's so fun.
couple caps, just losing his fucking goddamn mind. But
Hell yeah.
all day we were just
Fuck, that sounds
lighting people up.
That's
came up
super
there.
tight.
You would have had a fucking
I should have
blast.
came up there. That sounds like a
weeks-
lot of fucking
both
fun
weeks,
right now.
both weeks, me and Zach floated together, and just it was a fucking time. We just like
Yeah,
pop a couple caps.
I
and
would buy
fucking,
tickets to that. That would be funny as shit.
I think that's the move though. Is like don't drink so much alcohol, but pop a couple mushrooms.
Small groups.
Microdose. Dude, we had a fucking fat group today.
Did you?
It wasn't my. It was Avery's.
I was gonna
like,
say you
LARPing
could
friends.
you
like,
could disconnect from them because
Yeah.
when we go on the float with like your float, you are in charge and that's the role you take. So
Right,
you're
right.
like
and it's stressful.
You're-
It's so much stressful because I'm like responsible for everyone having a
I
good
get that,
time. And
yeah.
but you
for
also
sure.
want people to have problems. You're like trying to mix shit up between people.
Yeah, I'm
while
like, I want to
keeping
stir the pot, but
control,
make sure you're having
like,
a good time. And like, I need to bring all the alcohol and the music. And it's just,
I'm untying my tube half the time, being like, leave them the fuck on the beach and don't care.
leave them on the beach.
They don't want to
It's
drink
just a
water.
lot,
Leave them.
like,
Let them die.
Yeah,
Don't care.
I mean, this year the
water.
float, my float or whatever you want to call it, was like me, Janelle, Brian, and fucking Jeff.
Yeah, see that would have
Zach.
been been so chill.
Super
Just
fucking
like,
chill.
That'd been
We
nice.
roasted Jeff all day. He was the
Of
punching bag.
course.
He of
You gotta
course.
pick one.
He of
and-
course had a fucking floaty with like a sunsetter retractable awning top.
Oh my god.
And the big hat. I'm like, bro, you look like you're going gardening. Like, what the fuck? So we were calling him Jeffy all day. Or no, Jeppy.
Jeffy.
Jeppy. And every time he'd do something that he didn't understand, we're like, Jeppy, we talked about this. And Jeppy, the best scene is him. He floated too far ahead because he didn't realize how rivers worked or something. And he's off in the distance, like struggling to fucking live. Like coming into some shallow water, goes to stand up, the tube keeps going. He's going like this. The awning comes off the tube, he drops the hat. Where are my shoes? We're like, Jeff, what the fuck is going on? One
were you
shoe's
not
floating,
prepared?
one shoe's sinking. He grabs the hat, falls into the river. His phone and e-cig get all wet. He's collecting himself, and this is happening in the distance, like he's fighting a bear. Like he's just, we're like, Jeppy, we talked about this. What's going on? So the rest of the time, we're just treating him like a little kid. We're like, Jeppy, did you wear your sunscreen? And just, and he's a good sport. I love Jeff. He's a good sport about that shit. But he was the river always claims a soul, and it's.
Dude, and for context for people who don't know what this
Seriously
river is,
does.
because everyone that I know that thinks of a river, they think of the Snake River or they think the Salmon
Right,
River.
this is
So they're
a
thinking of
lazy
like
river.
white. This is a
Super chill.
at the deepest part, 8 feet maybe. The
yeah.
rest of it is.
Depending on the
Yeah,
time of
It
year,
is the
too.
laziest.
Yeah,
river.
It is the laziest river on
It's
earth.
so tight.
You should not struggle on this river.
No,
like for
and he
no
was just
reason.
like losing a battle to nature that
I generally walk
like
the
nature wasn't even interested. Like I guess we'll fuck with this guy.
He
you know?
fabricated it.
Yeah, it was like completely all in his head. Like
I love that flats. I've been on. I'm not like a fucking aficionado or anything, but I've been on like a couple floats around here, and that is my favorite float for sure.
It's so easy.
It's just so chill. Well,
Today's
like,
was probably the best because it was like last week the water was the coldest and the highest I've ever floated, so it was fast and cold. It was kind of cool because like there was no getting out and walking.
Right.
But today was like just right. Like it wasn't shallow enough to where you had to walk, and it was a couple degrees warmer, and it was hotter out, and like this float's not like. Because I hate it when it's so slow that you're like getting out of the tube and dragging it over sandbars. That's I'm like, fuck this shit, you know. It was fucking dope. Like just cruising.
Hey,
fucking,
Dylan.
Mosquitoes were kind of brutal. But yeah, it was good. You guys missed good.
Even with
good
the swallows.
Dude, the fucking mosquitoes are relentless because it hasn't been that hot. So they're just like, oh, we're still good, man. It's not hot yet. The fucking mosquitoes were just eating me goddamn live.
Yeah, I mean it's an old ass river apparently because it's got these big bends, and the big bends on one side you have like the clay embankment that's sheer, and then you have swallows that nest in the wall there, and then opposite of that on the inside of it is
sandbars.
Sand.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect
almost
little
white
beach.
sand. Yeah,
It's so fucking.
it's
tight.
crazy.
I tell everyone about
it's
it. I'm
like
like
out of place.
best thing ever. Yeah,
It's like out of place from where it's at. It's in the middle of literal cousin fucker towns.
It's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Just some of the most ignorant people you meet on that river, but also some of the coolest people. All day, cool people. We're listening to reggae all day, passing other people listening to reggae, passing other people in canoes. Like, hey man, what's up? Just like chill. Fucking everyone's like
great.
sharing sunscreen, zero fights. Fucking. I saved a little girl in a raft who was like stuck in an eddy on a tree, and I was like, "Oh, let me get you." And she's like, "Whoa!" I came out of the water. I think kind of freaked her out. It's just like manatee with long hair. She's like, "Oh my god, it's a transgender manatee!" And then I'm like saving her. She's like, "Oh, okay." Like,
You're fine.
You're okay. But it was,
Transgender manatee. I like that one.
my hair's in my face. I'm like, "Hey, do you need help?" She's like, "Oh god, Jesus Christ!" Like,
Is this the ring?
yeah, seriously.
As she sees Avery stand up in like brown canvas pants.
Yeah, so he has canvas pants with the ropes on the side. He literally looks like he just fell out of a pirate ship. Like just got plucked out of the water. And he's on mushrooms. People gave him a weed bran brownie or bran muffin. First of all, bran muffin's not a food. First of all. Second of all, if you're gonna make
it's a
weed
poop
treat,
regulator.
that's the last fucking thing you put a weed treat. Hey, stick a weed treat up my ass before you fucking put it in a bran muffin. The fucking what kind of Mennonite drug addict is making fucking bran muffin with weed in it?
Some vegan woke ass shit.
And then I look over, he's eating a fucking bran muffin with weed in it after we gave him 3 caps. Like, is 3, like, I took 1, Zach took 2, and he took 3. He's like, is 3, like, a lot more? I'm like, well, okay. So I took 1, he took 2, and you took 3, so that's 300% more than I took. So I don't know, how the fuck does math work, Avery? All the caps were the same size, and I took 1, and you took 3. What do you think is more? Do you think you'll have a stronger trip? You weigh less than me and you took more, buddy. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, so he's in pirate pants, and then I look over after finishing the bran muffin. He's drinking vodka out of a watermelon, and I'm like, okay.
I've never met Avery, and I've never wanted to meet him.
Yeah,
more.
Avery's dope. Avery's dope.
He's a great guy.
Avery's dope.
I really want to. We
Shout
need
out
to get back.
Ink,
He's
right?
the guy that does and he's the guy that does D&D with us here.
Oh, tight.
He was
yeah.
our dungeon master.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Avery's tight.
Fuck yeah.
We need to do that again.
But yeah, I just love my favorite thing with him is I love him when he's just fucked up because he very reserved, doesn't get fucked up a lot.
Right.
So it's like that guy that is unsure of himself when he's drunk, but it's so funny because he's fine, but he's always like, oh man, am I acting fucked up? I'm like, yeah. Someone kind of poked him. I'm like, yeah, dude. Everyone's kind of like, whoa, worried about you, man. He's like, oh really, shit. Like, yeah, just like, should I make myself throw up? And just, like, but just I love partying with him because he comes unglued when he's fucking fucked up, and it's nice to see him relax because he fucking works his ass off. So
Yeah.
has like 19 kids in a tattoo shop, and all the people that work at his fucking tattoo shop are basically his kids too. So
yeah.
And that's who we were floating with, was his whole tattoo shop, because they came to his
tight.
LARPing vowel renewal.
Yeah, oh yeah, let's
you wanna see some
dissect
fucking
that.
pictures, bro?
I saw a few
This
pictures.
isn't just like
It's
half-ass
amazing.
backwoods LARPing either.
No,
These
no.
motherfuckers are in it.
Like,
John dressed
that
up
is
as, or
so-
Here's
yeah, no, I saw
Archer
those
costumes,
pictures.
like
Josh dressed up as Little John.
I
I
look
was
like Little
intrigued,
John.
so
straight
I
up.
saw all of the pictures. That's amazing.
I look like Little
That's
John.
so tight.
I even I found some guy that looked like he was Thieves Guild. Dude, look at this.
We'll put the video. We can put the video in the thing.
We've been infiltrated by the Thieves Guild. He's just got mascara and a man bun. He's all in
That's
black.
so tight,
being very
dude.
quiet. So we're fucking.
Is
like,
it?
I love it. I love, dude.
Oh, all night.
Let your freak flag fly. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
It was
love
new
that.
for me, but me and Zach all fucking night. It's the king's deer, and like he's a witch, burn him. My dad's doing his speech, like he's a witch, like while they're filming them, like they're like crying and like making speeches. I'm like, he's a witch, like it's just fucking.
That is amazing.
Those are the king's deers, and just any kind of like old Englishy bullshit we could think about, like he's a
That's so
skooma
fun.
dealer, like fucking
He's a
just.
skooma dealer.
It was fun. My kid had
That's
a
tight.
fucking blast.
Oh, I
She's
bet
like,
she did.
The
That's
fuck is this? Like everyone's dressed like goddamn wizards and we're running around drinking out of horns. Like a bunch of pickled food and meat and all this crazy shit.
Fuck yeah.
They didn't have music planned, so I busted out the Yui booms and I was just like loot music. Found like the Witcher soundtrack and we're playing like fucking just straight dork music all night.
That's so tight.
Party winds down, changed into normal clothes, and then I just played regular music and we sat around the fire and everyone got just dude like
Blast.
barrels of moonshine, like, giant.
Yeah, have you ever had mead? That shit'll fuck
No,
you
but
up.
they
Like real
people-
mead is like
Yeah, people got
wine.
frickered last night.
Yeah, it's like 10 to 15%. It'll fuck, and it's sweet.
Yep. Yeah, so you're
Ooh,
just like,
it'll
oh,
fuck
this
you up.
doesn't have alcohol in it.
No, this is fine. No, it will fuck you up.
Yeah,
It's
it
delicious
was,
too.
It was a time. So I don't know. He's
That's
definitely
amazing.
exposed me to some. I mean, he's literally who's got me into D&D.
Yeah, no, I
That's
can't.
when
I
the
can't deny
LARPing
anything.
wedding-
That was some of the most fun I've ever had playing.
We
D&D.
need to do the fucking D&D
I know,
again. Problem is getting Keegan and Avery and us on the same fucking schedule now. It's like in the summer, it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking hard to do that shit.
Well,
We
now-
were doing it was like winter still.
And he's back in his shop, isn't he?
Now
Are
the
they-
shop's open. Yeah, it was the beginning of COVID. No one had fucking a shit to do, and we're just like, oh,
Right.
let's do this. We're all like homebodies who
Yeah,
haven't
laid
seen
off
anyone
or-
in months, and we're not exposed. So let's do fucking this. And but yeah, we need to. We're literally in the middle of a campaign, actually.
Yeah, we are. Lowell is on like a hot streak. I got like what 6 confirmed kills or
Yeah,
something like that.
he killed 6 people.
Drunkenly, very.
I keep
drunk.
rolling ones and ripping people's shirts. So I've ripped like 7 shirts. They're like, "Oh, you rolled a run. You missed with your knife and it cut his shirt." So I was just on this roll of like, I cut his shirt. Your shirt's getting cut. Like everyone's shirts. They're like fighting Dylan, but I'm like cutting their shirt before they get stabbed in the neck by
That
Dylan.
got real sexy.
Yeah, it got fucking. Everyone's just bare chested and like sweaty. So it's a little homoerotic, but we have Keegan there to be like, hey, that goes against God. You know, it keeps us kind of that keeps us in line.
Oh, he's
you
not
know?
here. We can talk shit about him, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
yes.
listens
We
later
keep
on. He's like,
wondering-
hey, I heard you talk shit about me on the fucking podcast.
We keep
Love you,
wondering why Keegan won't come back now. We haven't
I
seen him in a few
know.
weeks, but every
He was
time
just
he's
like,
not
I'm gonna
here-
hang out at home. I'm like, come on, man. I don't want to argue with him, but you know, Keegan. He's just like gonna do what Keegan does. You know.
Keegan go do.
Yeah, dude. I mean, people
love that
people
guy.
don't think it'd be like that, but it do.
But
you know? like,
Is
it do
that-
be like that.
It do be like that.
It do. Like, he just like, hey, you coming to that thing you said you'd come to? No. And I'm like, okay. And then that fucking conversation's over. I'm like, hey, so you didn't show up to that thing last week? He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah,
well,
yeah.
like, you know, what do you want to talk about? He's like, I don't know. Like, you know, just fucking Skyrim. Like, you know.
I started another character in Skyrim.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Look, I saw him at fucking 4th of July. He comes over. I was like, hey, you want to go on the float? He's like, nope. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, that was the fucking conversation.
Nope.
And then after I get off the float, he's like, hey, you guys at the boathouse? I'm like, yep. And then he just appears. And he's like,
We just hung out with your
Immediately-
parents all day.
yeah, no. And then I walk up to him, and he's just like,
Nuh-uh.
da-da-da-da, immediately talking with me about Skyrim. I'm like, all right,
so
dude.
tight.
Okay. At least you're
God.
consistent, man. Like,
Fuck yeah.
at least you're fucking consistent, Keegan.
That's the good. That's the
The
dog.
problem with Punch Wizard is it's more of a late game build. It's hard to start off. I'm like, I agree, man. I'm like getting into. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? like really passionate about this build that I'll never do that you might do. Like,
Oh,
oh,
fuck,
the time
dude,
lost
that's
to
great.
video games. Like,
It's fun though. That Valorant. It's all about the Valorant.
I still haven't checked it out.
It's
'cause I
fucking awesome.
Never have fucking time.
I've seen videos and it didn't make me want to play it anymore. I was like, oh, is this what Dylan likes? This is dumb.
Easy.
Honestly, it looks like half-ass Overwatch.
No, it's like Counter Strike and Overwatch
my
mixed
opinion.
together because
Okay.
it's a headshot.
It sounds like
five
something
on,
that
5 on 5.
No zooming. Like,
No, there is, but you
Okay.
don't need to. It's not necessary most of the time because your crosshair, like your accuracy is the same whether it's up or not.
Sounds like something that never should have existed.
It's fun. Well,
Because you have Counter-Strike and you have Overwatch.
Yeah.
hey, but they're two different games, and they took
we take the
aspects
leftovers.
They
of
should-
both
and they
and
probably
combined
should
them.
be. You know, you ever had Goober?
You're just not good
You
or
ever had-
fast.
You ever had Goober?
Goober?
Oh,
Yeah.
like peanut butter and jelly mixed together?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Awful.
worth
Fucking
it.
terrible.
Actually,
Oh.
that's what
Oh.
they feed
Yeah.
you in
Oh.
jail.
There you go.
That's what they feed you in jail. Purple peanut butter, and
Oh,
it's
dude.
fucking awful.
Disgusting.
The only meal I had in jail, because when I got
Great
arrested,
together.
when I got arrested, I got there, I'm getting booked, and as I'm naked, no shit, as I'm naked, and the cop looks at me, and goes, I'm not like gonna do the full search because I'm assuming you're not like smuggling anything. If I'm that not
You didn't
threatening, you
boof
shouldn't
heroin.
arrested me,
Right.
asshole.
Yeah. True.
But he's like,
Anyway.
he goes, you're lucky you got here now. We didn't serve lunch yet. And I'm like, oh,
Awesome.
lucky me. And then they bring me this cafeteria salad with gross warm ranch on the top of it and 2 microwave burritos. And at first I was like, what the fuck is this? But then I started thinking about it and I was like, that's better than I would eat if I was single. So really,
Straight up. Like, did you microwave these? Holy shit! Like,
these
Are they?
burritos,
it's a
They're not
nice
even-
microwave.
They're not even cold in the middle.
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy, dude. Celery sticks and carrots. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
Wait, don't these have vitamins in them? Like,
Needless to say, I didn't need it. But
of course.
if I knew I was going to be there overnight, it would have been like I can eat this. This is totally like where I'm at in my white trashness.
And
like,
in
that's
jail,
cool.
like the reason they give you 2 is because one's for eating and one's for fucking. And if you don't finish,
Oh,
if you,
I
it's kind of taboo
about
to
that.
eat both your burritos and not just give one away. Like,
Everyone looks at
someone's
you.
like, "Hey, you gonna fuck that?" Or like, you're like, "Oh no, that's my eating one. Get your dick out of my burrito." Like, that's the eating burrito. The one that's not like the one that's like too hot. You got to eat that one. You don't want to stick your dick in the hot one. You got to get the
Yeah, you
one.
want a
that's
98.6.
98.6 burrito. Just to stick your dick in like later.
bunk check, bunk
Yeah.
check. Oh, I don't have any weapons or anything. We ain't looking for weapons, son. We're looking for fuck burritos.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you ate your burritos. Guess you got to fuck a salad later. Like, guess you got to stick your dick in warm ranch.
Hope you help you
Hope you don't
saved
get a
your milk
carrot up your
carton.
urethra. Fucking. Those like shredded carrots, just fucking.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's gonna get infected.
Did you wash these carrots? Oh, cool. They might get in my dick hole later.
Oh, cool. Dude. I mean, yeah. Jail will make you fuck a salad. That's
That's
honestly,
the moral of the
honestly.
story.
The one I knew, but the one guy that was in the other cell, because I was in St. Mary's.
Yeah.
And they had 4 like bunks per big cell. I guess I
Right,
don't know how
yeah.
to describe
Like a
that. And he
pod,
like came
mini pod.
walking out, and I immediately felt better, and I was like, I could beat this kid up.
Yeah.
I was like, it was immediate, like, because I was like heard somebody in the other thing, so I like ducked into one of the little stalls to like sit on the bed and just hopefully the guy's like, maybe he'll just ignore me. And he came, he was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "Oh,
He's
good."
like, oh, you don't want to.
I literally went, oh, good, God, because he was just like the same build as me, but obviously does like hard drugs from time to time.
He's like, are you horny too? You're like, oh shit, fuck, no,
It was
I'm not
St. Mary's, so
horny.
meth was involved.
Yeah, well, no,
In his life.
but he was a clean meth addict. Like he
Okay,
hadn't
yeah.
hit dirty point yet. His teeth were a little
It's like,
fucked up, but he
shoot
could
Gatorade
still.
into my veins.
He
every once in a
still
while.
could like make sentences. So I was like, okay, you don't seem like much of a problem to me.
Yeah.
And then he tried to relate our situations, and he kept going through. He was like, yeah, I didn't have insurance or a license. And then we were like driving, we had a taillight out, and the cop pulled us over, and we didn't know it was
Shot
a
a
cop.
gun at him.
So we were screaming and yelling at the cop before he pulled us over because we thought it was just a random person tailgating us. My girlfriend was flipping him off out the window and all this stuff. And I was like, why the fuck
Meth.
am I in here?
Meth.
The whole time
Meth.
the whole time I'm like sitting there and I'm like, why am I in here? I have a 10-year-old seatbelt ticket from a different state. This guy is a drug addict
Yeah.
who
Oh,
was
yeah.
like verbally assolting police
Well, and
officers
it's
that were pulling him.
Idaho. If someone pulls
Dude.
you over, it's a guy with a gun, even if it's not a guy with a gun with a badge.
yeah.
Okay?
Badge
don't just-
aside,
yeah,
he's
like-
got a gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a guy with a gun.
Yeah.
Pull over any other citizen. Oh, whoa, guy with a gun. Like, be nice, because they'll shoot you with the gun.
Yeah.
Like, that's where they have them. Like, dummies.
Holy shit.
Fucking pigs.
Yeah. What else? So, Wayfarers.
Yeah,
fucking's
I really
probably-
want Eric in here. We're trying. Fucking.
Oh, sorry, I'm not good enough for you.
Yeah.
No. Eric, I know Eric has done many hours of research on this stuff. Like
Really?
he's got like he's got a TikTok that it's all dedicated to child trafficking stuff that he's been posting, and he's got like
Eric. Eric who?
Glass.
That seems like it would ruin my life.
And he's got thousands of followers on TikTok with this child trafficking TikTok where he's just like he posts articles and like as he's finding stuff.
Okay,
like,
so he's
like
aficionado on
deep
kid fucking.
into it. Like he's into
Yeah,
it.
anything he posts on Facebook anymore is like, how about these kids?
That's literally
Right.
everything on Facebook is about it.
So he's sort of like Ashton Kutcher without the resources.
Right.
Or the looks.
Or the. I mean,
Well, I don't know, man.
eh,
Eric
Eric in the right lighting.
in the right lighting. And if he
We'll start a
shaves-
poll. Who's hotter, Eric Glass or Ashton
Oh,
Kutcher?
Ashton Kutcher, 100% because I
That's
kind
just
of
because
look
you think. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that's because you look like Downston Kutcher over here. Fucking
You look like hillbilly Kutcher.
Downston Kutcher.
That's fucking.
It makes me so happy.
That's on point. He looked
do
like
see that, yeah.
Ashton Kutcher if he was born in Lewiston, Idaho.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. That's funny. Oh, that's the best roast since I think the Jay and Silent Bob. that I
Yeah,
called
he
you.
got me good. I came in one day, like with a hat on and like just long hair, like I always fucking have. And he's like, "Bro, you look like Jay and Silent Bob." Because I was just like twacked out looking, but I was like fat with long hair, like just.
Did he have a tan hat? Is that what he? Is that what?
I
don't
it was
know
just
what
perfectly
it was.
timed.
That's
And
so
he just
great.
had some. There's
Jay.
something
It was
weird
just-
that he was wearing, or the way
Yeah.
his hair was. I don't know.
I think
but
I
it
had like
was-
shitty facial hair
it was
and like
Hell
perfect.
yeah.
Hair was all
It
fucked
was
up. He's like, "Bro, you look like Jay and Silent Bob." I'm like,
Oh my
"Damn,
God, that's great.
Damn,
I love
dunked."
that.
That's all I try to do anymore all day is just roast people.
It's good.
Even if I don't say it to them, I just look at them and I go, what would make you cry?
Yeah, my problem is like I kind of have Tourette's, and so it comes out, and people are like, "He's an asshole." I'm like, "No, I have like a disease, I think." You know, like,
It's
sorry,
like, it's like pedophilia.
I like you,
can't
but
help
like
it.
it's just
Whoa,
words
whoa.
just come out. Like fucking, your mom's a whore. I mean, fucking, she's standing right there, but I'm sorry. Like it just happens. I'm sorry. The universe compels me to make jokes. It's been like that since I was a little kid.
Since he was a child.
Yeah, my mom tells stories about me going to the grocery store with her, looking at a fat grocery attendant, and be like, "You need to take a diet." And she's not done writing the check. She's in the middle of writing a check, like, "Writing faster." Like, you need to take a diet.
Shut up! Shut up!
I'm in the passenger side of a '68 blue Mustang, just a fucking killer car. We pull
In
up to
Sandpoint.
no, this is in Napa, California.
Oh,
We pull up to
better.
a stoplight. I shit you not. Someone's smoking a cigarette. I roll down my own window, look at them, and go, "You're gonna die." And then she pulls away, and she was like, "You probably just ruined that person's like month."
Or say
Could you imagine
Holy
a little,
shit.
like a 7-year-old kid looks at you, and he's like, "You're gonna
In a
die."
classic car,
In a
too.
classic car, you're gonna die, and then the car leaves.
They were probably like, I was born the same year that car's built. and
Right, exactly. They're
drawing all
probably
these
like, "Oh my
parallels,
god!" Like
just
just
like-
equations going through their head. But like, who knows what they were going through? But hopefully, it was like a great day because like, if not, like if they had like just been dumped or found out they had cancer or something happened or someone
They're
was
not
looking to
alive
beat them
anymore.
up, like,
Nope.
"You're gonna die." Just all calm,
That's
like the Omen.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, so I've always had the fucking just like, well, I'm gonna say it. Sorry, like I'm just gonna deal with
she
the
just, like-
consequences later.
She just like goes home and puts the noose on. I did it for you, Dan.
Yeah, dude.
Just like, just like, just
did it for you,
Well, dude, yeah.
fuck, dude.
Well, I would,
7-year-old
like,
responsible
She
for
accidentally
suicide.
taught me to fucking yell at homeless people too. One time we were fucking, dude, we're outside of a fucking Safeway, and this homeless guy's like, "Please, I need some fucking food, blah blah blah," or some. I think he asked for some money, and we're like, "Well, we'll give you some food." So we go buy him some food, like bag of oranges and some like healthy shit. And then, as we're giving him the food, we're like, "Here's some money as well." And we sat in the car, and she's like, "Watch." He goes straight into the gas station, buys cigarettes and liquor, comes back to where he was, starts drinking the alcohol. She's like, "And there you go."
Yeah.
She's like, "That's why
Yep.
you need to be careful, like who you're helping." So then I would be like a little kid. We'd be like walking down the park or whatever. And be like, "You got any spare change?" Like, "No, you're gonna buy drugs with it." And she'd be like, cover my mouth and just like I would just roast these like 40-year-old meth heads. Like, yeah, I got
Well,
disease.
The one that I have, I don't remember it. My mom told me one time. It was like right after I first started learning how to talk. Apparently, I got out of a car one time at a grocery store, and a lady was walking, and I was like, "Look at that fat bitch!"
Whoa, dude!
She's like,
Yeah, and my mom's a smacker, so
Yeah.
apparently she's
Oh,
like, she
you
goes,
caught the back
she's
of
like,
her
she goes,
hand.
yeah, she's like, I popped you in your mouth so fucking hard, like, she's like, I had to apologize to her because it was like you were like she was right there, and I was like, oh, something
Yeah.
like probably something my grandpa said because my grandpa was a badass, so he told him how it
Sometimes you
is.
gotta- I don't know. I don't hit my kids, but like,
I
kind of
do.
go back and forth. I'm like,
For him.
maybe it was good.
I do for him.
Ellie knows.
I do for him, yeah. Well, because like like okay, I'm kind of fucked up, but then in some ways I'm way more responsible. But like there was moments in, where I was like to my sister, Kaylee, you're a bitch, and my mom would reach into a freshly bought pair of shoes and literally put a high heel to the side of my fucking face while she's driving. I'm like, whoa, Jesus Christ! Like out of nowhere, and I'm like, did that make me a better person? Or was it kind of negligible? Or was is that abuse?
Who knows?
I mean, I don't hit my kids.
I mean,
or
it's
kid.
probably abuse, but
But I mean, like, maybe I needed it. Maybe I was so bad that I needed some.
I don't think
So-
a smack in the mouth is.
I mean, it's on topic with the kid fucking. I'm not saying if your kids are bad, fuck them. But I'm like, how close to that do you get?
wait a minute. Pump the brakes.
Like, if that's abuse, right? We're talking about child abuse, right?
Okay,
Like, obviously,
okay.
fucking kids are child abuse. Like, it's a spectrum, right?
I mean, it's,
On
so-
one hand, it's
so-
like, hey, shut up. The other end is like literally penetrating them.
so
Where in the spectrum?
So
Is it helpful?
labeling fucking kids as child abuse is like labeling murder as assault.
Population
I guess.
control.
Yeah. Like it's like that doesn't even begin to describe.
It's a
what
wide
that is.
spectrum, okay? I'll give you that. It's a very wide spectrum. Like,
So
Timmy,
well,
don't do that. Timmy sucked dicks, is complete other ends.
I would say they're not even on the same spectrum.
They're both abuse, is what I'm saying.
okay.
Timmy should be allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants.
So well, seriously though, I have a question. Because I don't have kids, I have dogs, and they're angels, so I never have to discipline them.
Very well behaved.
But I was driving, and one of my neighbors or whatever, his young daughter, maybe 2 to 4 years old. I don't know how old they are. Kids, how old are they?
They're like ageless.
Until they're 16, depending on the state. I don't
They're-
care.
they're-
Fuck.
Are we taking? I was gonna say, are they fucking age? Like,
Jesus Christ.
those are
A
teenagers, Alex.
toddler.
Okay.
Teenagers, Alex. You're
A
grown.
toddler.
You know those kids you can fuck? 18-year-olds? Yeah, they're running around all mucky muck fucking just.
Jesus. Oh my God. Okay, hang on.
We can't help
Jesus fucking
ourselves.
Christ. Let me get through this, and then we might address
Jesus
that.
fucking kids
You
Christ.
saw some kids.
Jesus fucking kids Christ. So she kind of jumped in front of my car because her dad was on the other side of the street, and I was like, I saw him, and they had a little kid with them, and they were kind of in the street, so I was like, all right, take it really slow. I know there's a ton of kids in my neighborhood, so I was like, waiting, and she jumped out, wasn't even close to hitting her, and then went to her dad. And as I was driving by, her dad like took her hand and smacked the back of it to be like, see, you jumped in front of the car. That's bad.
That's
Weird.
And I was like, that makes me uncomfortable.
That's almost like, why do it? Because it's just like it's not painful, really. But maybe it's emotionally painful.
It's emotional.
I think what he is banking on is she is going to associate the act with a small
Right,
amount
but
of pain.
she's not a Labrador.
Well,
what I mean?
exactly. And so
Yeah.
to her, it's going to be an emotional thing later on. She's going to be like,
Right.
yeah, my dad used to smack me all the time
Right.
to get me to do shit. And I was just like, I don't feel comfortable with that. But
Right. How does that reflect in her dating life later? She's like, I don't know why I like being choked, but I do a lot.
Seriously. Yeah, well, fucking A, man. It was weird. It made me feel really uncomfortable.
Stuff
but
like that
I don't
affects
have
you in
kids. I
weird
don't know.
ways. I don't know, like the whole I was telling you earlier about I might be confronting my father for the first time in
He's gonna go
12,
see
13,
Daddy.
15 years. Possibly. I haven't decided.
Is
if
he
I'm
going to
do
be
it or not.
sitting right here?
Oh,
let's
by
have
the
him
way,
on the
sorry. Paige Van Zant just lost by armbar.
Wow.
Sorry. I
We
just
gotta wrap this.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. What time is
But
it?
yeah,
We got
no,
an hour, right?
you're gonna confront
Yeah,
your
we're getting
fucking dad. Your
I'm-
real dad.
Yeah, and there's emotional ties. You don't know how certain things affect
He's
you.
your real cum dad.
Yeah, like his semen
Okay.
produced
He's
me.
your cum
I am
daddy.
half his cum, half my mom's
Yeah.
egg?
I'm half cum too.
embryo.
We have that in common. We're both half cum.
I'm so confused by that phrase.
His cum daddy, like he's his bio dad. Like he's his real dad.
Right.
The
He's got
jizzlator.
another dad. who's cool.
I've had
Right,
multiple dads.
Your stepdad,
He did it.
Walter,
He does
right?
his
Is the
new dad,
badass.
and his new dad does come in his mom, but it's after he was born.
Holy fucking yikes, dude!
You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
say
Christ.
that.
So your dad that you
Oh
live
yeah, they
with,
listen, don't they?
your dad that I'm trying to get like actual information out of you, and it's like
He's got 2 dads.
What am I fucking doing?
He's got 2 dads. The real dad, what does he do? He's just a criminal.
I don't know what he does.
He's a professional
I
criminal.
don't. I haven't talked to
And
him.
where's the
What's
wedding?
about?
In somewhere in Oregon, I think.
Oregon. Ooh. In
Oh, so he's
August?
getting married.
No, he's not. If he was
Yeah.
getting married, I wouldn't go to it. It's a cousin that I
He's
used
marrying your cousin.
to. Yeah, dude, a young boy.
Fucking. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We met on Wayfair.
No, it's my one of my younger cousins. He's getting married. My aunt messaged me, asked me if I would come. I said maybe. I don't
Do it.
know.
Do it.
I think
But-
you should.
But there,
Some
what I was saying, it's with the way those things affect you. Like, you don't know how, like, I haven't talked to him in that long. He was a crackhead. He fucking went and did all this bullshit, and I haven't talked to him in so long because I decided not to. But, like, him, the only memories I have of him are negative memories.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, you don't know what's going to happen when you talk to somebody.
What's the first
about,
thing you say to like?
Sup? I don't know.
And
I don't
like,
know. That's the big problem. What am I supposed to do?
What
Walk
do you
in?
walk up and
Am
then he immediately starts like apologizing.
I say,
Then what?
I say, shut the fuck up.
Oh, you get aggressive.
Of course, I'm going to get aggressive.
Have you met?
There's
Dylan?
there's no fucking way I'm not gonna get aggressive. Like that, or I'm gonna
Me-
cower, and it's gonna be, oh yeah, nice to see you, and I'm gonna leave it at that because
Right.
I'm gonna realize it's, oh, I either need to talk to him or I need to go. This isn't fucking worth it because that's the way I look at it now because it's been
I
so
don't
long.
think you'll get any closure unless you go A B C D and you have to say shit.
You might have to say it's not the best thing to do at your cousin's wedding.
Right.
Like, hey, do you want to go?
I'll do it after.
Yeah, you want to go talk or?
I feel like
something?
if something got weird between us, it would not be an issue because I would literally go, okay, I'm gonna go, and they'd be like, we understand.
Hey man, let's get wheatgrass shots tomorrow and we'll talk about
I
it.
remember going over there one time and being like, because I knew that he was in Oregon at the time and that he had been like living with someone close or whatever, and I was like, he's not showing up here, right? And they were very much like, we wouldn't ever do that to you. We wouldn't just have him show up here while you.
They're all still close with him and know him.
Well, it's his brother.
Oh right.
So it's my uncle, and then I guess it'd be a.
So you're like still
in-law.
close-ish with the rest of the
I'm
family.
not close
but
with any of them.
Oh.
But they're still family.
We used to go there when we were kids. We would go spend 2 or 3 weeks with them in the summer over there. But other than that, I mean, it's not. I'm not close with anybody.
What does he look like? Is he just like
Me.
a clone? Just
He looks.
just
He
like you?
literally looks just like me. It's terrifying.
but also like years
Cracky.
of crack.
Do you think
Yeah,
he
okay.
has a podcast with like a weird, fat, racially ambiguous like transvestite over there?
and see, that's why I should go talk to him because if he
Right.
did, I would be like,
he like
"Oh,
hangs out
you
with
know
some
what?
like,
I get
Samoan
it.
guy with long hair. You're like,
Isn't that what Beavis and Butthead ended up like? Their dads were like spitting images.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
themselves.
Yeah. Like he's hanging out with some fucking like
Or I see him
Tan
and see my
juggalo, like-
future, and I just give in and start doing hard drugs. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot of outcomes that can come of this.
There's pros and cons.
yeah. Maybe
to
you
all
guys
of it.
like bond over a crack pipe or something.
We might,
You know.
and who knows? Maybe it's one of those fucking fancy stories
It's like
where
every time it sizzles, I think about you, son. You
I
know?
don't know.
we're a little late into it, but I have a similar relationship with my mother. So I feel you.
don't-
Oh,
you
but
don't
see,
chill with your
you know
mom?
what?
No,
Relationships like that with moms
Are your
make
parents
serial
separated?
killers more often.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I've never known them together. So
Okay.
yeah, they they accidentally had me when they were like splitting up.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
similar to like how my
Yeah.
parenting. I've been co-parenting since she was 2.
Oh, I thought
go,
meant
yeah.
with your
Janelle's her
parents. I
second.
was like,
well,
your
no, like
parents are
Ellie doesn't know the
happily
difference
married.
between her mom and Janelle. She has 2
Yeah.
moms.
That's
Yeah.
great.
She doesn't remember not having Janelle in her life because when we got together, she was 2.
Yeah,
That's tight.
She can't even remember her
Right.
not being around. So it's the connection is the same,
Yeah.
which I don't think Meg would like to admit, but it's like it is. No one remembers being 1.
I mean, we have friends that have small kids. I won't bring up their names, but I'm gonna say nice things, so I might as well. But that do a great job of that. Absolutely. Like, they were 3, 4, 5 years old or whatever, and they're separated, and they'll still like, one of them will go to the new boyfriend or husband's house and
Right.
hang out with all the kids.
You mean Kyle?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In particular, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah. He
It's
does
good.
that.
It's
And
great that they
other
can do
friends
that,
that do that
yeah.
too. That's fucking.
They help each other
beautiful.
out too. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
if you
to
can't stay
people.
together for the kids, at least be
You don't
fucking
have to
civil.
like each
Don't
other.
stay together for the kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Never. Fuck
Be
you,
civil
Blink
for the
182.
kids.
But in a way, stay together for the kid. Like
Right,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
together, but like we stay at a certain point in our relationship. Like
Right.
I'm very civil with her. I still give her Mother's Day gifts, birthday gifts.
That's awesome.
She's
That's huge.
Me and Ellie pick them out. We're still apart. We got to get mommy this. We got to go. It's like there's still the holidays and the
Yeah.
on her birthday she's with her. On my birthday she's with me. There's separation, but like I very much make sure that I'm setting an example that hey, even
This
though
is
we're
how
not
you treat
together,
a woman.
she's still important to me.
Yeah. This is how you should be treated.
Right.
This is how
Exactly.
you treat a woman. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's great.
Also, why I don't
fucking
hit
amazing.
her. Also, why I don't fuck her. There's a lot of things I don't do for that reason. Like,
Well, that's great.
yeah. Don't fuck.
Once
kids.
again, that's why I'm here.
Wait, to fuck my daughter?
No.
It's a little early. You're gonna have
What?
to wait, like,
Did you say
10
that
more
too?
years?
Nope.
Jesus Christ. Sometimes.
Most times.
I love it. If you can't take jokes, I just
you're
don't
gonna
even
have
know
to
what the
wait
fuck to
at
do
Oh,
with you.
speaking of jokes, how about your boy Chris D'Elia?
I'm a little
Daddy didn't do it. I read
I'm a
the
little
full emails.
skeptical. There's
I read the emails.
a lot of
the
there's
Twitter emails were heavily redacted.
yes, there was a lot
Heavily.
they cut out of the bottom, like the one where she's saying she's 16.
And he's like, "Oh, okay, well later," and then the thread just stops.
well, and then it comes up. She messages him back 2 years later, and she's like, "Oh, I'm 18 now. What's up?" And he goes, "Oh, okay, cool, bye." Like
Yeah.
didn't like
I was like, "Nah, you're."
you don't know.
Nah, you turned 18.
But
That's
is
he's
what's
saying.
really
Maybe
suspect about it, and he's waiting way too long to come out and actually say
Seriously,
something.
yeah.
He hasn't put out a podcast.
Drop a fucking podcast,
He
for the love of God.
hasn't done anything.
Hasn't said a word.
Not one thing. So that's what I'm not saying he didn't do it because the dude is obviously creepy. But who knows?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say Daddy didn't do it.
As long as Doug Stanhope doesn't rape anybody, I do not give a fuck. What
Hey, so the
happens.
last live show I went to before all of this,
Me too.
me and you, Doug
Yep.
Stanhope.
And I
Fucking
I
amazing.
long for that feeling every single day now. I want to go to a live comedy show so bad I would fly to another state that's having them at this point.
I think
Like,
some
I
are
get
happening.
that.
San Diego.
I'll go to Florida. I don't
Arizona.
give a shit.
Tinfoil's
Phoenix.
coming to Spokane next week.
No,
They canceled
they're
it?
not. The comedy club's still not open.
Gee, they fucking Christmas. Yeah, they were
Right.
supposed to be here next week.
So
Well, fucking goddamn. it.
Well, Netflix specials. Eric Andre, Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries killed it.
He's brilliant.
I've never
Crystalia,
seen
no
a better
pain.
diarrhea bit in my whole life. Jim Jeffries did the
Whoa.
best diarrhea bit I've ever seen.
Really?
It's flawless, and it's segmented throughout the whole hour. So he does a part of the story, and then
Oh, okay.
his transitions and his
He's
master.
absolutely fucking brilliant.
absolute master,
Okay.
Did you ever watch his show?
seamless. The Jim Jeffries show.
It wasn't
Like
called
his
the Jim
talk show
Jeffries.
or
no,
whatever?
no.
Oh.
Fucking what was it called? It had God damn it, I can't remember his name either. The new guy. The fucking he's really skinny and
Like
awkward
the
looking.
new guy, like
The-
the movie.
Yeah.
New guy. I don't know his name. I know what he looks like.
I
though.
know his
He's
anyway.
Earthworm Jim or whatever the fuck.
That's what he fucking looks like.
Dude, creepy.
But he's in it, and he's a paraplegic in it, and oh god, Dave Backadall's in it.
I
Dave,
think I
is
know
that his
what you're
first name?
talking
Backadall.
about.
Tom Backadall. I don't fucking
I don't
remember. But it got maybe 2 seasons on FX back in the day.
I think I know what you're talking about. I remember it, but I never watched it. No,
Are you looking it up, Josh?
no,
No,
he's not.
I'm responding to work bullshit.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up real quick
Okay.
just so I fucking know what it is.
So we'll figure that out. And
But
we'll
yeah, it's
put this at
fucking
a
brilliant.
close because Rose Namajunas is about to fight, and if I miss that, I will literally hang myself.
Yeah,
Rose
I got-
Namajunas is. Oh, sorry.
I gotta
go
get
ahead.
the fuck out anyway. So
Do you? Okay. Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade is about to start. My girl Rose is coming back.
Oh, I need to see that. Yeah.
Peter Yan versus Jose Aldo.
yeah.
Got
And
it?
then the last fight is Usman?
Yeah.
Okay. What were we looking up?
Jim Jeffries' dumbass show.
Oh.
Oh, it was 2013 to 2014. It's called Legit
Oh,
Okay.
that's weird.
on FX.
Yeah, I didn't.
So it's on Hulu probably.
Do you like
Okay.
Dave? You like Dave, right?
I like Dave now.
I mean Alex.
Dave Dave? Oh, the show?
The show, Dave.
It is fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
And it
It grew
only
on
got
me.
better when I
Thank
did
ya.
research. Because
'Cause-
apparently Gata is his
It's
real
his
life
real
hype
hype
man.
man.
Right. Yeah.
And he also suffers from bipolar disorder.
Have you
Right.
seen?
There's a
Have
whole
you,
fucking episode, and I was like almost in tears.
it's great.
Like it's fucking
It's great.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Love it.
Love it. All right, that's it. We're gonna go watch UFC 251 because I've been waiting for this card for so long, and it's gonna be so fucking amazing. Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.